Welcome to classroomscreen.com. This is one of the easiest and most useful tools that I have found, and teachers that use it love it and often use it every single day. So I just went to classroomscreen.com and I don't need to sign in. I can if I want to access some saving privileges and things like that. But for now, I'm just going to choose launch. So let's review some of the basics. Let me minimize out here. There we go, so that you can see this dock down at the bottom. First and foremost, you can change the background, and that includes uploading images. Great spot to upload some student work to display. There's also a random name generator. Just type in the names and press choose, and then you'll be able to use the random name features. There's also dice, 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to choose allow because this involves my microphone, a noise sensitivity application here. And you can set an alarm to go off if it reaches red. You can also change the sensitivity as well. Depending on your students, some of those see that as a personal challenge, but it works really, really well with the younger groups. You can also use these great features here, adding an image, a YouTube video, a direct embed if you're working with a different Web 2.0 tool, or even your webcam. So I'm going to choose allow, and here I am. That's really great for document cameras. You can use the pen tool as well, text, and a personal favorite, the classroom management symbols, so that students know what they're supposed to be doing. So let's make a little space here. Of course, I can always minimize if I want to get some extra space as well with Control minus. I can use my stopwatch symbols, my classroom timer, stopwatch, clock, and even the calendar. So this is something that I can use often every single day. It's very quick and it helps me manage my classroom changes and schedules and all sorts of different things right here from this one screen. Now that we've looked at the basics of Classroom Screen, let's take a look at some of the ways to power it up and use it in a really purposeful way. So we already talked about the background. I'm going to go ahead and pull a background from my computer. As a matter of fact, I saved a multiplication anchor chart. So now I have that background that I can select. Now it didn't go in too great, so we'd have to play with that just a little bit. So let's go ahead and change that back to something really nice, and let's pivot to the media section. So now when I choose this media option, I can add that image here and it might look just a little bit nicer. Here we go. And now I've got the important parts of my anchor chart. Okay. And as I use this, I can resize as needed. So there we go. Let's take a look at the random name generator. In the first part of this video, we talked about how we can type in our student names and randomly generate. Well, I want to take that one step further. I'm going to do a second random name generator here. And I'm going to resize it just a little bit. And I'm going to add a second group of students. Now I can choose who talks to who. If I want to take that a next level, you'll notice these settings wheels will allow me to do a few more things with the widget. Most importantly, I can change the background color so that students know which group that they're in. So now I have a purple and a green group. Let's slide those to the side. From there, I can use the other tools to color code what goes with each group, like the QR code, for example. Let's say the purple group has a YouTube video that they're supposed to watch as part of their lesson, or a teacher screencast. This is a really great way to duplicate the teacher. I clicked on the settings cogwheel. I'm going to give it a title, Station 1. It's a little bit easier. And for now, I'm just going to put YouTube. I can change the background color as well to make sure this group knows that goes with that station. So here we go. Station 1 is, or the purple station, is supposed to use this QR code. Now, let's say the green station has something else to do. Maybe they're supposed to watch the teacher's screencast. or not screencast, I'm sorry, the teacher's webcam from their document camera. So here I am, and you can imagine that if I'm working from my document camera, this group can very easily work together and see what I'm seeing. Really great for a teacher small group table. Another thing I could do is add text space to this group. Let's make this green so that it color coordinates with that group. And I can ask that group to capture their notes here. And of course, I can resize that and slide it around as needed. So that's how some of the color coding works, and it works with lots of these different tools. For example, this work symbol here, I can color code this as well. The purple group should be on a level 0, so I'm going to make sure that I have them on silent. The other group is working collaboratively, so I can duplicate that group as well, and I can change that to a collaboration and color code it accordingly. The sky really is the limit with these tools, and if we start looking at it by means of station rotation, it can really help me organize these groups. I can control minus down, like I mentioned earlier, to give myself a little bit more space on the board, and I can hide my controls at the bottom as well. Okay. All right, so that is Classroom Screen powered up and using station groups with the color coding settings cogwheels. Now we've talked about some basics of Classroom Screen and we've talked about some color coding. Again, the dock is hiding behind my Screencastify logo here, but that's okay. You can see that we are going to cruise into some today years old moments. So this is a developed station rotation here. I've got a green group. They've got their timer. They're going to take notes. They're going to use their random name generator. In the purple station, they're going to scan the QR code to see some teaching direct from their teacher. And then they're going to use the random name generator to chat and talk about those things. And they also have a timer. The blue group is also a collaborative station. They're going to use this dice widget here to roll and then write out their problems using this anchor chart to the left. And now it's not perfect. It's not an exact copy of what we would do, but you get the idea that we have got 3 distinct groups. They're all color coded. Students can interact in those ways. Now, you might not have known before that this drawing widget has some extras hidden in it. I can give it a background pattern if I'm doing something like graphing or even writing musical notes. And I can even change that to the entire background of the page here. So to do that, I'm going to choose these little arrows. And now if I'm a music teacher, I am in heaven because I actually can write some music out and teach with my students. And I can just close that out in that way. Now, if I go to the home screen over here to the left, I can add some new screens and not lose the screen that I was working on. So that's another cool option. In addition to that, I can add a poll for my students. So let's open this and let's do smileys. And let's say, how do you feel today? And I can get some data in different ways and choose ready. And now my students can begin to come up to the screen to vote. Once you decide whether you want to sign up for a Classroom Screen account, you'll see that you can save up to 3 screens here, and there's lots of different options there. But those are some today years old moments with Classroom Screen. Hope you like this presentation and how to use a really a tool that's used often in a little bit different of a way. Thanks, everyone.